First of all, I'm James, but most of the people call me Patrick. Begotten on the 27th day of the second month of the year, exactly 2 millennia, born in a small compound where everyone who lives is blood related to mine, I started my journey through life.
I am the youngest son of three of welder Jose Rolly J. Malyo and his wife Sonia. My two sisters are Grayson and Roxanne. Shall the only boy in the family aside from my father, who is always 100 miles apart from me and to my family due to his type of work, I lived a monochromatic world. I was imprisoned from a dull sphere where loneliness and silence are the most dominating atmosphere. Two things which I have no choice but to embrace.
From my first read and first write and from my first schooling, I brought this lonely world of mine. I remembered we were only 12 in a four-cornered room.
Three of them were my cousins, and funny it might be, but they were the only friends I have until the graduation day approached. And ironically, me and my three cousins graduated, receiving all the honors and awards.
When I entered primary level, my friends were countable from the 10 fingers of my hand. I once had this routine of attending the class, straightly go home, do my homeworks and repeat. I had to be honest with myself that I'm so sick of that unhealthy routine, but what could I do? My fear of interacting with other people always swallows me every time I try.
My modesty and shyness reached its peak when I began my life as a freshman student. Shall a new environment, my social anxiety devoured my remaining confidence. It was strangled and dispatched. As a matter of fact, during my grade 7 days, I only had Carlo, whom I recalled the only one person who supported me when I competed in a spelling bee contest where I topped second place.
This was the time when I asked myself about my retrograding condition. Am I really worthy of the situation which I am facing right now? Do I have to let go of my fear, or I will just let my fear slowly conquer my whole being? I wonder. I was on my deep reflections when a thing caught my attention. This was the thing that I have never been done before. I found myself in the midst of soul searching, opening a book which really made a drastic and total transformation to my life, the Bible. Upon flipping the pages, a verse touched my innermost being.
No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. From the book of Romans in the 8th chapter, 37th verse.
Suddenly, my dull world found a hope which had been veiled for a long time. A page of my life which contains colorful and harmonious melodies finally unfolded. I uttered words which became my strong fortress, that I am more than a conqueror, and I will manipulate my fear before fear manipulates me. During the first week of my sophomore year, I searched an avenue where I could express my thoughts and feelings.
I joined school press conference where I won second place in feature category.
Since I found out through myself that I have the potential, I decided to push myself beyond limits. I joined the Legion, the official English publication of the League National High School. I started to love the passion of writing. It's like freeing myself after a long span of imprisonment. It's like a new fragrance to my smell, a new delicious flavor to my taste buds, and a newly invented tone which serenades my innermost being. It feels something new, an avant-garde. It's like the world I am searching and looking for, the world which I really belong. I began interacting with people. It's like stepping outside my comfort zone. It's a brand new feeling and I like it. I gradually became outgoing and started socializing with my classmates. And later I realized that it was truly a better feeling. Chains of social anxiety totally broken when I joined Division's Oratorical Contest upon chosen to be the representative of my school, where I ranked as 4th place. I once again competed in school press conference where I topped second place and third place in science and technology and feature category respectively. My passion to journalism ablaze. Shall the only thing which made color and tone to my monochromic and monotonous world, I really devoted time, extreme passion, and full effort to study areas of journalism. I made myself fully prepared for the next press conference with a goal of earning a spot to the regional level. But my ultimate goal sagged when a big circumstance once challenged me. My father died on the 19th day of August, year 2015. It was the biggest downfall of my life. I recall that time when I was in the school library, training myself for the incoming school press conference when my phone rang up.
It was my mother who was calling me. I answered her call, and as she uttered her first word, calling my name, I know there was something wrong happened. Her tone was full of sorrow and agony, followed by words which suddenly made my whole world stops. Patay na si Papa mo. I abruptly went home, and there I found myself weeping on the floor, with so much pain and sadness striking directly into my heart. My father died from a cardiac arrest in their construction site, or what other people called bangungot.
I did not appear in class for a one straight week. I became inactive again and I lost my interest to everything. The world of dullness, monotonous spirited atmosphere got back for the second time. I competed in the division school's press conference for no longer interesting reason and motivation. And I voluntarily pulled back myself to the old version of mine.
But a very close to my heart person came to my rescue and comforted me. She is Ma'am Laila, my grade 10 advisor. She succored through my deep pains and sorrows. She told me words which marked right away to my heart. Nak, okay lang yan. I know you are in the process of healing and acceptance. Being timid is not a weakness, but a contributing factor to every strong person. Let your successes be your noise.
Soon, I rose up and started once more. I became optimistic and academically enthusiastic. I told myself that I had found a better feeling, the world where I must belong. If I was able to overcome the previous fears, then I would be able to overcome the same fear that was trying to pull me back from my old style of living. I persevered to continue reaching my epitome goal, to win in the division school's press conference. And in my first year in senior high, I competed in the DSPC and won 10th place in feature category. I told myself that I should never lose my grip to my utmost goal. I trained day and night, and I unceasingly practiced my writing structures and styles.
Then, in a blink of an eye, all of my sowed hardships reaped victory when I topped 5th place over the other 60 opponents in the division school's press conference, earning me a spot in the regional level. I was in great joy when I looked upon the results and saw my name in one of the delegates for the regional school's press conference, representing the division of Antipolo City.
I thought to myself that my last year in the secondary level was the main twist and biggest break of my life, but it was not.
Because aside from achieving my biggest goal, I graduated as batch salutatorian with a weighted average of 96.56.
Like what Paula Radcliffe once said, you can be strong and true to yourself without being rude or loud. They might see my introvertedness as a weakness, but for me, it was a great contributing factor to appreciate myself and understand that God has prepared something fabulous and astonishing.
It's true that they will never see the beauty in a scar unless he is scarred. I go beyond my comfort zone and it offers me many opportunities and successes. I became a consistent honor to my secondary level. I also competed in different competitions such as Spelling Bee, Fish Processing Contest, and Division Level Research Congress to name some.
I became a consistent representative of our school in the Division Math Quiz Bee and Science Quiz Bee. I also became the editor-in-chief of our publication for 3 consecutive years. I am now my second year of my college life, and I continue coloring more memories on my own awesome world. My deep love and passion for writing keeps from blazing.
As a matter of fact, I joined the Petroglyphs, the official publication of University of Rizal System Angono Campus, and fortunately, I am now an official member of it as a staff writer last academic year and now the news and feature editor of the campus voice in and for every voiceless.
I also recently competed in the University Culture and Arts Festival, wherein I topped second place in the essay writing contest. I also found another passage to fully overcome my social anxiety.
I recently joined Mr. and Miss College of Arts and Letters and won as first runner-up.
Conflict is the strongest opponent we might encounter. And overcoming the conflict within us is a long process. Solutions are everywhere. Answers are in around. Appreciate what is in store, and from there, build something magical that will turn our life into something fantastic.